Good morning, I'm Nivareti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Wednesday, 8th of July. In this update, changes to mortgage rates in recent weeks ahead of today's official cash rate decision. The Reserve Bank's announcing its latest OCR decision at 2 p.m. Economists agree there will be OCR hikes this year from the current 2.25%, but are divided on whether the first hike should be today. We haven't seen an OCR hike in 3 years, but recent changes to wholesale rates have been helping drive up short-term rates and drive down long-term rates. Marlborough and North Canterbury residents are going to have to wait a bit longer for respite from the rain. A heavy red rain warning continues to cover the region this morning. Multiple Kaikoura residents were asked to evacuate yesterday after a state of emergency was declared. Multiple roads closed overnight, including most of State Highway 1. Meanwhile, some Blenheim campers near the Opawa River were forced to move to higher ground. Met Service is expecting another wet morning, but adds it will start to ease later in the day. Shock from a victim's advocate over the need to reinvestigate dozens of sexual abuse and child protection cases due to management concerns. More than 50 cases overseen by one senior police officer, understood by RNZ to be Detective Inspector Kevin Very, are being looked into again. This after it was discovered one historical sexual assault allegation file was left uninvestigated for years. Help Auckland Executive Director Catherine McPhillips says it's devastating. She says over the last 2 decades, police have generally cleaned up their act, so this feels like an unexpected throwback to a time long ago. New Zealand employment contracts are becoming increasingly peppered with restraint of trade clauses. A new OECD study reveals 43% of the country's employees are covered by them, more than the 14 other countries surveyed. The study notes it's fair for companies to prevent employees from taking trade secrets, clients and colleagues when they leave, or requiring them to wait some time before starting work for competitors. But it notes some could be going overboard with prohibitive clauses that make it hard for people to change jobs. Consumer NZ says the Commerce Commission's latest efforts won't make a seismic shift in supermarket prices. The Commission's announced it will look into fees that suppliers pay supermarkets for things like promotion and restocking. Consumer Head of Research and Advocacy, Gemma Rasmussen, says that the Commission has just been tinkering around the edges. She says it will be tricky to figure out if a line has been crossed. In sport, Argentina have scored 3 times within 13 minutes to come from 2-0 down to beat Egypt 3-2 in their Football World Cup round of 16 match. Coco Gauff is through to a first Grand Slam semi-final since last year's French Open, coming from a set down to beat fellow American Jessica Pegula. Defending champion Tadej Pogacar has had to hand the leader's yellow jersey over to Norway's Torsten Train after stage 4 of cycling's Tour de France. I'm Nivareti Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.